Dear students, welcome back to the social science class again. In this session, we are discussing more about the fourth history chapter, Tribals, Dikus and the Vision of the Golden Age. In this chapter, we are discussing more about the life of tribals, especially during the British period. So, in its introduction, we are discussing more about the Birsa Munda. Birsa Munda was one of the very important tribal leader. He was born in a family of Mundas. People said Birsa had miraculous powers. He could cure all diseases and multiply grain. He saved his people from trouble, freed them from the slavery of Dikus. Dikus means outsiders. His followers included Santals and Orons. All of them were unhappy with the changes they were facing under the British. Their livelihoods were under threat and their religion appeared to be a danger. Tribal societies. Most tribes had customs and rituals different from those laid down by Brahmins. Those who belonged to the same tribe thought of themselves as sharing common ties of kinship. How did tribal groups live? Tribal people in a different part of India were involved in a variety of activities. Now we are discussing more about how did tribal groups live. Some were June cultivators. Some tribal people practice June cultivation. What is June cultivation? This was done on a small patches of land. The cultivators burned the vegetation on the land to clear it for cultivation. They spread the ash to fertilize the soil. They used the hoe to scratch soil in order to prepare it for cultivation. They broadcast the seeds instead of plowing the land. Once the crop was harvested, they moved to another field. Shifting cultivators were found in the forested tracts of northeast and central India. Some were hunter-gatherers and some tribal groups were hunters and gatherers. For many tribal groups, their means of survival was hunting animal and gathering forest produce. The Khons were a community living in the forest of Orissa. They regularly went out on collective hunts. They ate fruits and roots. They cooked food with the oil they extracted from the seeds of the sal and mahua. They used many forest shrubs and herbs for medicinal purposes. They exchanged goods, getting what they needed in return for their valuable forest produce. When supplies of forest produce shrank, tribal people had to wander around in search of work. Many like the Baigas of central India were reluctant to do work for others. The tribal groups often needed to buy and sell goods that were not produced within the locality. These led to their dependence on traders and moneylenders. Traders sold goods at high prices. Moneylenders gave loans with which the tribal met their cash needs. But the interest charged was usually very high. So for the tribals, market and commerce meant debit and poverty. They say the trader as evil outsiders and the cause of their misery. And the third one, some herded animals. Many tribal groups lived by herding and rearing animals. They moved with their herds of cattle or sheep. The Vangujas of Punjab and the Lebadis of Andhra Pradesh were cattle herders. The Gaddis of Kulu were shepherds and the Bagarwals of Kashmir reared goats. Some tribal groups took to settle the cultivation. They began to use the plow and got rights over the land they lived on. Like the Mundas of Chota Nagpur, the land belonged to the clan as a whole. Very often, some people acquired more power than others. Some become chief and others followers. Powerful men often rented out their land instead of cultivating it themselves. So anyway, dear students, we are concluding this session. You must read the textbook carefully and attend the live session. Thank you.